If you think you learned something about marketing, now go do it in the slums of Nairobi. If you think you understand how to design efficient processes, work outside Hyderabad, India, and help us find women who need prenatal and postnatal health care. The big problems in global health are not the medical mysteries. The big problems are figuring out how to deliver what we already know to the people who need it most in a way that works.
One, two, three, four.
If that isn't a problem for management and engineering and systems, I don't know what is. When I saw Paul Farmer come and talk here, there were 1,000 students, pretty much every one of them following him out of the room, trying to get a minute with him. And I realized that we could frame some of the world's big challenges with respect to the need in the world and link it to what students could do to further their learning by taking on real projects and real problems and trying to make a difference. So I built a class around that idea. Students learn about the setting, they learn about their partner, they learn about the problem. They're asked to reflect on their whole educational toolkit and professional experience and form a plan for taking some action that will solve a problem. They go and live and work on site for between 2 weeks and a month.
On site, we actually had to follow around the doctors and nurses pretty much all day to just gather as much data as we could.
I think the reason for that was this gave us new ideas and different ways to go about solving the problem.
All in all, we've had over 150 students. We've had 40 or so projects. The first year we ran ghdLAB, we had a request for help from a small faith-based clinic in rural Western Kenya. So they said our problem is the global financial crisis was already looming, and our problem is we need more money. My students went in, and in the first week did a very simple observational study, just sitting there and looking at what people are doing, who's in what room, how the beds, the equipment, the clinic itself was being used, and they concluded that that clinic was running under capacity. So given the resources they had, they could see far more patients. Maybe it was running at 40% utilization. So we could reformulate how they use their resources and deliver twice as much healthcare with what they already had.
Currently, through the research, we have clean water, we have dental services in our clinic, we have child mother health in our clinic that's going on right now. We have the eye clinic that is taking place, and we say bravo and see the impact that we have really created in our society. We are looking forward for long-term partnership with MIT.
First and foremost, our job is to make sure that each student squeezes as much learning out of this experience as possible.
I realized what an impact this did have on me and how much I learned and how much I changed as a person.
Being able to use our business skills in a pretty short time span to have a really big impact made me realize just how valuable that business acumen is to helping sort of solve some of the world's problems.
And I feel like our recommendations not only address the problems that they saw, but also were able to contribute to some of the broader operational problems that we saw when we got on the ground as well.
We have actually started in the last year or so building downloadable 2 to 5 page tools that others can use and then give us feedback. So we're really pushing the notion of turning your learning into something practical. They're informing our ideas about healthcare delivery, but I also think they speak to the need for a new science of delivery studies. So how do we do more with less? How do we enable people to test and improve their existing systems? This is a general problem, but if we took more seriously this new frontier of practical sort of science, I think that academia could really contribute to one of the big pressing problems in the world.